Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go to work, and last night I went on a run, and I don't know what the deal is, but like I got these blisters like on my toes. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, kind of. Like right here. It's like a blister, and it really hurts. Got them on both my toes. So now, like when I walk, it freaking hurts my toes. Ignore my animal crackers on the floor, but yeah, so I am just putting my socks on and shit, and then I'm gonna go to with Star. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go work with Starburst and Calypso later. And yeah, so tomorrow's the 4th of July. I don't know if I'll have anything to post. Maybe I'll film something later today for you to post tomorrow, but I'm sure you guys will all be busy. Unless you live like in another country, then you probably won't be. But I know a lot of you guys will probably be busy tomorrow. So, yeah. Chocolate, what are you doing? What are you doing? You always get sad when I have to leave for work. Like, Mom, don't leave me here. Don't go to work. Oh, I'm just going to rub my face on this couch because I'm happy. And I'm excited. Yes, just like this, and rub my face. Today, me and Starburst are doing some arena work. I've been practicing neck reining with her a lot because, I mean, I haven't done it with her before. I don't know if anyone else has, but she hasn't really quite understood it much, so I'm just practicing that with her. I'm also going over the poles because Starburst has always been just bad with poles. She will literally trip and, like, fall over them. It's ridiculous, so we've been practicing over poles, and I'm also weaving in and out of these barrels just for another added thing to do. And yeah, so it'd be nice to get her a little started on the pole pattern eventually, so working on weaving. And it'd also be nice to take her in like barrels if I go to a show with games or something. So getting her to really eye and get some nice turns around those barrels is another thing we can go work on. So I'm going to canter her over these poles as well, because when I took her to the last show, she kind of cantered, trotted over the poles, and then cantered again. So I want her to consistently canter over the poles, and we keep working on that throughout the video. So here we are, just going over these poles. And then you'll notice I kind of go back and forth with the barrels throughout the video. She actually started doing some really nice turns by the end of today, and she actually started to really eye the barrel as we went around it. And yeah, she did really nicely with that. hard to see. I'm kind of getting her to side pass a little against the wall. I always take her up against the wall and kind of use my foot to kick her shoulder, then her hip, shoulder, then hip. And as long as she takes a couple steps for me against the wall, that's totally good. It's freaking hot. Look how red my face is. But that's why I feel kind of bad. Like, as you can see, there's no trees here, so the horses stand out in the sun all day long. So I feel kind of bad for them baking in the sun all the time, you know? I feel like every pasture should have a few trees in it, which, like, these trees along the fence, like, once they get bigger, they might, you know, provide a little bit more shade, but other than that, they don't really have any shade out there because they don't have any shelter, because if it rains, they'll just stay inside for the day. Like, if it's nice out like this, they just go outside, but there's no shade. So, I don't know. Anyways, so I went here first because where Star is, there was a cow in the paddock, and then the mares were out in the yard grazing. So I could either try and work with her in the paddock with the cow, or I could attempt to take her over to the arena, going through the loose mares that, you know, might try and come up and attack her, or all three try to come up and greet her at once. So I went here first. So now I'm gonna go back and see, hopefully the mares are put away. Maybe not, who knows. But I need to work with her today anyway, because I don't know when I'll be able to work with her tomorrow, since it's the 4th of July. So yeah, I'm gonna go there now. Alright, first time taking her out here in the arena. Yeah, I usually just work with her in the paddock because her stall is like right next to the paddock, so I don't know, just go in there. But the cows are in there, so we're working over here today. And also, if you guys have been watching my training videos of her, I've always said, like, this side is her worst side. And it's because she's blind on that side, which I'm sure the owners told me when they dropped her off, but I totally forgot about that. But her eye looks totally normal on that side. I mean, she doesn't look blind, or I would have noticed, you know. But yeah, she's blind over there, which actually she's been doing really good for being blind, like not being able to see at all over there. Oh, don't get stuck. You can see on that doorway how it chips off there. A lot of them get their lead ropes caught on that and then freak out. But yeah, so we're gonna do a little worky work in here today. So for being in the arena for the first time, she actually worked totally normally. Didn't care that we were in a new space at all. And there were a couple times when we were lunging, I think she thought about laying down to roll, but she didn't, thankfully. And sorry for the bad, choppy time lapse. I had to do this with my phone. But I'm just putting my weight on her, kind of bouncing in the stirrup. And you can see on this side with the circles, that's her blind side, so she didn't do quite as well. And it took a little longer, but we got there eventually. So it just takes her a little longer to get comfortable on that side. So I just shook the saddle, put my weight on her, and you can see I'm putting my foot over her to get her used to that. And then I started kind of putting my leg on her butt as well as stepping in the stirrup to kind of get her prepared for me going over and on top of her. Alright guys, she did so good today. Didn't ya? Yes, didn't ya? Hi. Very good. Let me try and take a picture of her. I just want to take a picture for your owner. Good girl. Okay. I think I got one anyway. Maybe I didn't. Look at me, babe. Look at me. Okay, whatever. Anyways, she did very well. I almost sat on her. I probably could have sat on her if I pushed it, but I didn't want to push it, so she did very well. I just kind of, as you might have been able to tell, I know my phone's time lapse is really fast, but I'd use that because my camera was practically dead. But I just kind of mounted her. I didn't actually get on her, but like I kind of got my leg up and started getting my leg up on her butt to see how she would do with that, and she did great.
So in a session or two, I should be able to sit on her. But so as you could see, like on her right side, there were a few times where we had to like go in some circles because she's, you know, more nervous over there because that's her blind side. But we pretty much did everything on both sides. I mean, it took a little longer on that side, but eventually we got it done. So yeah, I just kind of jumped on, like kind of like I was gonna mount, laid my belly over a few times, and then started putting my foot up on her butt. So after a few sessions, I should be sitting on her. So once I get that done, then I'll probably have Zach or the barn owner come just lead me around on her before I start, you know, riding her. But the only tiff with her today was when I asked her to put the bridle on, she ripped back like, I don't want to do that. Because I know she's not scared because we've put the bridle on several times now. She knows what I'm asking for. And there was even a couple days where she just put it right in, no problem. So I could tell she just didn't want to put it in, but we got it done. We got it on. So, and then right before I left, like when I put her in her stall, I had her in another stall because I was cleaning hers. When I went to go get her, I grabbed the right side of her halter because I didn't have a lead rope, and that sent her into panic mode. She ripped back, and because she couldn't see me over there, she was like, what the heck? Was like, did not know what the heck I was doing. Like, she didn't do that. I'd never done that on that side before. So we kind of fixed that. I spun her around in some circles, like gave her a little smack too, because it's not like, I get she didn't know what I wanted and she was like freaked out because I've never done it on her blind side before, but that also doesn't make it okay for her to completely rear back and flip out on me like she did. She literally like reared and ripped back with like all her strength, and I was like, no, we're not gonna do that, okay? I get you're scared, but you don't need to do that, okay? Whereas she could have just like, you know, jerked her head back, but she like ripped all the way back, and that's too much, okay? I get a horse is scared and they don't know what you want, but that doesn't mean they can just like blow up at you. So I'm trying to get her to think before panic, like we've been doing on that side. Usually when she doesn't understand, she just panics, and I want her to think about it. If she's still thinking and isn't getting what she wants, then maybe panic. But I want her to think first before just blowing up, you know? So eventually I did get her out of her stall from the right side, holding her halter on the right side. So we did it, but you know, that was a little freaky for her. But yeah, I'm on my way home now. So I'll talk to you guys when I get home. All right guys, so I'm gonna try and make this quick before my camera dies. But I have a whole bunch of video ideas over here on my wall. If you can, well, it's a mess. So I have a bunch of requests and like other video ideas for you guys, but I want to know like what you guys want to see first, or like if there's some video ideas you think would just not be relevant or like aren't good ideas. I don't know. So I have a list and I'll just read them off, and you guys comment down below which ones you guys want to see first or which would be really cool to see. So I've got my opinion on rodeos. How to properly load a horse, that one was a request. My opinion on spurs. What is thrush? My opinion on braiding tails. How to sharpen nippers, like for like hoof trimming, how to sharpen your nippers. Medical must-haves, like medical supplies. What is EPM? I have a request to do like what bits I use and like what I'd never use and why. What is Cushing's disease? Perks of not boarding a horse. What is ring bone? I have like teaching a horse to drive, but I feel like I'm kind of doing that already in my training videos, like teaching Chloe to drive and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see like separate videos specifically only on how to teach a horse to drive, let me know. I can do that. My opinion, like if horses need shelter or not. 3 ways that horses changed my life. And I have a request to teach a horse to side pass. Actually, a few of you guys have asked me that. And that one's kind of hard because Starburst already knows how to side pass on the ground. So I have Chloe who doesn't know how to side pass on the ground yet. So I've thought about trying to like do a video on me teaching her that. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. Those are the video ideas I have written on my wall here. So let me know what ones you guys want to see like first, or like which are prioritized. So that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.